I think the simplest way to teach anyone what I'm doing is really if you understand market structure, right? First of all, understand the market structure. Market structure is basically saying at the lowest level of transaction, you got the consumers, right? An average consumer will spend $5 on a cup of coffee, spend $25,000 on a car. That's typically the transaction size. You go a little bit higher, you got SMB, small to medium sized business. Those businesses could transact 25,000 a month on marketing. And then you go a little bit higher, you got middle market businesses. Middle market would be like, let's say a factory or doing logistics. So they could spend like 100,000 a month on whatever expenses. Then you go a little bit higher, you got enterprise. That's kind of where I focus, right? And enterprises typically, those business models are global, and that's why we get these unicorn valuations. So whenever you're talking to a startup at the angel level or private level, you want to make sure that the opportunity is global. If there's no global opportunity, there's no billion-dollar exit. So global scalability is very important. So when we dive into technology, we want to understand that, okay, what could really scale? And software could really scale compared to hardware investing. Hardware has a lot of upfront costs, but software, you're building on top of existing infrastructures already. So before we get into all those, right, you got the consumer, small business, middle market, enterprise. And then the highest transaction level is probably at the sovereign level or government level, because the government level could spend upwards of 100 million on like commodities or whichever. So that's the biggest transactor. But then it's good to know the government's at the top because they print the money and it trickles down.